Here is a quick video on how to file for your homestead exemption in Harris County, Texas. First thing you want to do is go to hcad.org or the Harris County Appraisal District website. And from here, you have a couple of different ways where you can file the exemption. You can hover over the forms section and select either all forms or popular forms. Or you can just go down here to where it says exemption forms and you can hit file an exemption. I personally just go to popular forms and then I choose form 11.13, which is the homestead exemption form. So once you click on this form here, it's only a few pages that you have to complete. And most of it is information you should have on hand, but I'm going to show you how to complete it. It does give you general instructions here at the top, some important info, and then at the very bottom it does have some additional information in regards to what does and does not apply to you. But starting at the top, the very first question I usually get is, what is my account number? This is going to be your account number with the county, and you can easily search it by your address. So if you're not sure what your account number is, most people don't know that right off the top. You can either search it by your home address or by your name. In this case, I'm going to do address, and property that I recently sold is 2309 Lomax Drive, so I'll just look that up. Of course, you want to confirm the address is correct, and then from there, the account number is going to be right at the top. So this is the account number that you would just copy and paste and then place here at the top of the form itself. So you would complete that number on the top right corner, account number right over here, and then you would choose the year that you are applying for your homestead. And if you are filing late, you can choose yes. Let's say you forgot to file your homestead exemption for 2023, in which case you would need to do one application for 2023 and another one for 2024. On your 23 application, you would select yes. On your 24 application, you would select no, because the property taxes have not yet populated and bills have not yet been sent for the 2024 year at the time of the recording of this video. Moving on, do you live in the property for which you're seeking the homestead exemption? The correct answer is yes. The homestead exemption only applies for a property that you actually live in. And then moving on to section 1, you can select all of the exemptions that apply. The homestead exemption is the exemption that you receive if you live in your property. But to see if any of these other exemptions apply to you, disabled person, the senior citizen, surviving spouse, donated residence, things of that nature, if you want to see if any of these others are applicable to you, again, you can go down here to the important information page and you can read a little bit more about some of these other exemptions. Now, typically you're just going to complete homestead exemption and from there move on to section 2. From here, you're going to go ahead and complete if you're single or if you are married. And you're going to complete the name, date of birth, driver's license number, phone number, email address, and percent ownership. Same thing with the second individual who's on the title, who is applying for the exemption. Now moving on to section 3, property information, date that you acquired the property, date that you moved into the property, the address, the legal description. This is optional, but if you're curious to know what your legal description is, this can also be found back on this same page. The legal description is listed right above the property address. In this case, the legal description is Lot 2 Lomax Gardens. Now, moving on. If you have a copy of your deed, you can choose yes, and you can put the filing number. If you recently bought a house, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks for your original recorded deed to come in the mail, but this is only if available. If you don't have a copy of your deed, don't get hung up on that. Moving on. This is only applicable manufactured home make if you live in a mobile home. If you live in a mobile home, you will complete the make, model, and ID number of your mobile home. And you want to answer these last couple of questions here, depending on if you have an income producing property, if you have acreage, those types of things. Waiver of required documentation. You need to have a copy of your driver's license with your new address on the driver's license. If for whatever reason you don't have that, you can't file the homestead exemption unless any of these apply. So again, just review these and see if they're applicable to you. From there, if there's any other information or if you own any other properties, you can list them here. And then from there, you just type your name, your title, your signature, and the date. You will need to attach your driver's license here. So be sure you have a picture of your driver's license that has your new mailing address on it. And then from there, you will hit submit and sign. It's important, again, that your driver's license has your new address on it. Otherwise, you won't be able to file for the homestead exemption. And furthermore,